Welcome to W&L Sports Weekly. I'm Jeremy Franklin. This week we'll speak with swimming coach Logan LaBerge, women's basketball captain Jackie Clifford, and men's basketball player Nicholas George. But first, a quick look back at the weekend in Washington in the athletics. Max Traylor, Mackenzie Leroy, Lizzie Stanton, and the women's distance medley relay team all won events as the track and field teams opened up the indoor season at Roanoke. Zach Billick-Bashi took first place in his weight class at the Ohio Northern Invitational as wrestling came in 9th overall. Women's basketball fell 92-59 to undefeated Messiah, while men's hoops dropped a 73-54 decision to Methodist. And men's and women's swimming both placed first at the Randolph-Macon Invitational. Joining me now is assistant swimming coach Logan LaBerge. Logan, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, Jeremy.
The tournament at Randolph-Macon was your last event of the calendar year. How pleased were the Generals with the way they closed out 2016?
I really think that it's a tale of a really great last month. Month started off with us journeying up to Pittsburgh against Carnegie Mellon. We had a lot of great swims up there. It ended with our women coming away with, I think, program first victory against Carnegie Mellon. It set us up really well going into the Franklin and Marshall Invite. Swimming's a sport in which it's kind of measured on who's rested and who's not. I can happily say we were not rested, as we kind of came away with that with some great swims, including 5 individual records for W&L and including one relay record. So the Randolph-Macon Invitational was kind of a different challenge for us. We did not rest at all going into it, and actually were a little sickly going in. I think we took about round 10 less athletes than we should have, and we still came away with great times, a new school record, and a victory. So it was a great last month, punctuated with a great win at Randolph-Macon.
You have 2 returning All-Americans. Tommy Thetford won a pair of national titles last year. Emily Rollo had a successful NCAA meet as well. How has their experience at nationals benefited the program?
We couldn't have been more excited for the way Tommy and Emily ended their season last year. It's really been 2 years. They've both been going to nationals the past 2 years. And what I really feel like that's done for our program as a whole is it's kind of taken the whole idea of nationals being kind of a dream to nationals being a reality. And I think you can definitely see that in the pool. The team loved watching them both compete and succeed last year, and I think it's really caused the team to want to be there with them this time in the pool, not just up in the stands. So their impact in the pool and in the weight room has been pretty great.
Your next official competition is a dual meet against Bridgewater and Ferrum. That's not until January 7th. What's on the agenda for the team over the next month?
Absolutely. So we've got a little bit of a break here with finals coming up. Hopefully we get some great grades coming through. And then we go home for people to train and kind of rest and relax a little bit. We come back at the end of, or right after Christmas, and go right down to Miami, Florida for our annual winter training trip. We put in a lot of hard work down there. I always like to think that it's a little harder to work, or it's a little easier to work hard when you can see a palm tree every once in a while, and some good nice warmer temperatures down there. So we're looking to put in a lot of great work down there, not just in the pool, but also as far as like team bonding. And that should set us up well for our first competition coming back.
Once you get back to action in 2017, you'll be roughly a month away from the ODAC championship. What are the team's goals for the postseason?
We will always want to do our best for W&L, bringing them back another ODAC championship on both sides. But as I kind of mentioned before, I think there has been a shift a little bit, and kind of looking past ODACs a little bit and looking forward to our national meet. Over the past couple of years, we sent 2 people 2 years ago, 6 people a year ago, and we're looking to kind of see how many over 10 we can get to go to nationals this year. Our natatorium will be completed towards the beginning of February, and we're excited to kind of break in the new pool with a lot of national contenders.
Logan, thanks for joining us. Best of luck to the team throughout the year.
Thanks so much, Jeremy.
Here with me in the studio is Jackie Clifford, senior basketball captain from Tenafly, New Jersey. Jackie, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
W&L is currently 2-4, but the 4 teams that have beaten you are combined 21-3 on the year. How will that tough early season schedule pay off as you look ahead to ODAC games in January and February?
I think the tough out-of-league schedule that we've had for ourselves is really going to benefit us in the long run. We've already got to play some of the best teams in the country, a lot of strong competition. And I think we've really gotten to see what our strengths are, as well as a few things that we can look to improve on. So I think knowing that early will really pay off in the long run.
You've been an impact player for W&L since you stepped on campus as a first year. You're closing in on the 1,000 point mark for your career. What's led to your success on the court for Washington and Lee?
I think I've been very lucky in that Coach Clancy was able to put a lot of trust in me as a freshman, and it gave me some opportunities to really become an impact player, and also the strong team dynamic that W&L women's basketball has always had. I've gotten the opportunity to play with some really incredible players, and I think that the positive culture surrounding the program has really helped everyone know that they can be successful.
W&L's backcourt is off to a great start. Emily Perzik has really stepped up her game. Taylor Casey has cracked the starting lineup as a first year. How can you build off of this guard play as the season goes along?
Emily and Taylor have both been playing incredibly. They're both incredibly dynamic in that they can shoot the three as well as take advantage of driving lanes. So I think that we've been able to capitalize on that a little bit, as well as really capitalizing on our speed as well, running in transition and setting up plays that way. We also have some really strong post players in Emma Redding, Andrea Ferrero, Aileen Kelly, and we've been able to get the ball inside as well, in which they can post up or kick it back out for those strong three-point shooters.
The Generals have improved their win total and their ODAC finish every year you've been on campus so far. What will it take to continue that trend during your senior season?
We've definitely made it a priority. That's been our main goal, to get that ODAC championship. And throughout the years that I've been here, the program has really focused on that. And I think that we've been able to make strides towards that goal. And this year we definitely have the talent and the will to do so. So I think that by putting in a lot of work and working to get better every day, I think we'll be making great strides towards that come January and February.
Jackie, thanks for joining us. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
With me now is Nick George, junior basketball player from Charleston, West Virginia. Nick, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
W&L has started off 1-6 this season, but 3 of your losses are by 5 points or fewer. What does the team need to do to finish out those close games?
That's a good question. You know, I think that we need to implement the plan that we have going into the game, and really it's an attention to detail. Our coach says all the time, it's not the last second shot that kills you, it's the lack of focus during the game, the transition layup that you gave up in the first half. So that comes down to really preparing in practice and doing all the little things that we're supposed to do and that we say we're going to do going into the game. And I think that it's been a great learning experience, and hopefully we'll start to close out those games towards the end of the season.
You're double majoring in econ and math. How do you balance that academic workload with playing a varsity sport where the season stretches across half of both the fall and winter terms?
Really, it just comes down to time management. And basketball, I mean, the guys on the team are awesome, so it helps when you really enjoy what you're doing, and it makes dividing up the time that much easier.
What kind of personal goals have you set for your junior season?
For me, I mean, on the basketball court, it comes down to not turning the ball over as much, and holding the person that I'm guarding to 25% of their average points per game. But also, I think more importantly, stepping into a leadership role. I'm a junior on the team, returning starter, so I think that that's more important than anything. Just getting to practice early, leaving late, trying to do the little things to help everyone out.
You still have the vast majority of the ODAC schedule in front of you. What are the keys to being successful in conference play?
I think it's learning from the previous 7 games. The ODAC is, where we are going to hopefully, make the difference up. And this is really, it's a new season. We have a 2-week break because of finals week. And so, we're kind of looking at it as a new season, and hopefully we can take what we've learned in those 6 losses and implement it going forward.
Nick, thanks for joining us. Best of luck the rest of the way.
Thank you for having me.
For W&L Sports Weekly, I'm Jeremy Franklin. Thanks for watching, and happy holidays.